Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show presented by Hambelton Ford. My name is Phil Nightingale. I'm the general manager, and Josh Profit. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Josh is our service director here. We're to take your calls at 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the automobile world, and you get a great price package about over $130. And as always, Josh, what's in that package?
So we're going to send it out to you, but it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Hambelton Ford. While we're performing that, we're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components, making sure that vehicle is ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll also receive $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the Big Corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires, so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer for your vehicle. And then a BG products package, which is going to consist of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then a can of CF5 for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, 316-462-3673. Let's get the phones ringing, and we get you this great price package valued at over $130. So anyway, Josh, a lot of exciting things happening in Ford this week. Big announcement and stuff too. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Got to get them two holidays changed up. That's next weekend. So just get ready for that. As always, the service and parts departments are going to be closed Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Sales will just be closed Saturday, every Sunday, of course, and Monday from that part. So get your car serviced, get ready up. Don't wait till the last minute to get in and get it serviced up. And if you're taking a trip or going somewhere, or if you're looking for a rental car, don't forget that. Stan's got a great fleet of rental cars over for you for your holiday weekend, but don't know where this year's gone already.
Yeah, that pretty much seals out May from that side of things, but it's just flown by for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Morning, Jared. Jared Lewis says hello. Everybody, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Let's kick off a new segment. We're going to try something out a little different for everybody.
Okay.
We're going to ask a question.
Okay.
Josh has come up with a great question here. And for first caller can call in and answer this question correctly. And I want to say, hey, don't cheat and use Google, but how are we going to prove that, Josh?
We'll know,
right?
Yeah.
So anyway, Josh, what's your question? Again, this question, who can get on the phones the quickest to get it in, get the call in here and get the right answer, we'll get you the price package. So you don't have to worry about anything ailing your car or anything or knowing what's going on with your car. This is just a little trivia.
So Ford had a line for the Thunderbird, the previous, I guess, when they originally came out with it. But when did they re-release the Thunderbird? What years? What models was that? So
what year model was that? I missed it.
Yeah,
I was close.
So from when to when?
From when to when? So you want to know what year the Thunderbird is out there when they relaunched it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When were they?
The second time around.
Second time around.
And I think that caller should get a detail. I mean,
okay, we'll throw a detail on top of it. So 316-462-3673. What years did they relaunch the Thunderbird? Did Ford do that? And on top of the price package for $130, you're going to get yourself a detail on top of that. So 316-462-3673. And let's get the phones ringing. Let's see who can get that question correct. Someone's Googling it up right now, Josh. I know they are.
I was monitoring Google and it just spiked.
Did it spike? Yeah. I get it. Delbert R., good morning, guys. I'm having fun while listening to the show. Good morning. HID headlight change, 18 Escape.
Oh, change it out to the HID headlights.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very cool. So we've got a tire special that comes up this next week here, and basically what Ford's done with their volume buying power on tires, which we have 17 different manufacturers to choose from that are on the Ford tire sales program. Through those, basically, they have up to $100 mail-in rebate on them, but then Ford's went through and said, hey, we'll double that if you want to put it on your Ford Pass rewards. And so it's like a 10-day blitz from that side. We'll start Monday, which is very cool. So it's their huge Memorial Day tire sales event. So, that Ford Pass rewards is something that it's a pretty neat feature. It's services that that are rendered on the vehicle or parts that are purchased for your vehicle that you would otherwise already need, or if you purchase a vehicle from us, a new vehicle, Ford uploads enough points on there when you purchase a new vehicle to complete your first 3 services, which is really cool. Again, that's something that you're gonna have to have, you're gonna need anyways, and to have that paid for at the purchase of a vehicle is great. And then on the service side of things, that whatever you spend, 5% of that goes back into this account for you to use at a later date. And you can choose to build that up. You can use it every time from that side of things. But it's always nice to be able to tell somebody, hey, you got here's your bill, but then also you have these points sitting over here if you want to use those, and you can do that.
That's a great, fun thing to use, and it's easy to use. You as a consumer actually do absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Most of the reward places, just like yesterday, Josh, we're going to go race up in Missouri, and I'm trying to find a hotel room to stay at this evening after we get done racing. And this lady put me through totally, you know what, because I didn't have an rewards account with them. And I said, well, set one up. And then it was a nightmare to set it up. I said, why don't you just take my information and set up for me like ours do? I've only run into one other business that I do business with that makes it that simple and easy.
Yeah.
On the point side of that situation. Anyway, morning, James Furman. How are you doing, buddy? Hey, in case some of you looks like we got a phone call, Josh.
Yeah,
We're going to see who can win this. When did Ford relaunch the Thunderbird? What years? And I'm sure we're at the first caller here. You're going to win the great price package, about over $130, and a detail on top of that. You need to stay tuned because we probably got a few more questions coming down the show here for that too. So we're going to get the phones. Got a phone call coming in. We'll see if she has the right answer to the question.
Good morning. You're on Live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hi. I thought you guys needed the answer to when did the Thunderbird start producing again?
Yes. We do need that answer. Do you have it?
I believe so. I think it was in 2002.
That is correct. Yeah. So when did that go till?
2005, I believe.
2005. Okay.
Abby, you're exactly correct.
Now that you are declared the winner, did you get that answer on Google?
I did not. I promise.
You didn't? Okay. So do you have a Thunderbird or have a family member that is into them?
I actually have an uncle that is into them, and my brother was born in 2002. And so I always remember he would say the newest ones were made in 2002, right when you were born.
Yep. Very cool.
There you go. So a little bit of family history with the Thunderbird for sure.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations. You won the package that we give away for each and every caller. But then in addition to that, we're also going to perform a detail for you. So it'll be with all this rain and moisture we've been getting, now's the time to be getting that thing cleaned up. We'll get some good weather here before too long for sure. So
thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Abby, thanks for the call. We'll get that package mailed out to you and include that detail for you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great rest of your day.
You as well.
All right. Congratulations to Abby winning there. Stay tuned for some more questions coming out through the show. 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be. And it gets you that great price package. So stay tuned for some more questions. Or if you got some questions on your car or want to talk about something new and exciting, the new Ford products, we'd love to talk about that too. So want to talk about MH Ford Racing, we talk about that. I know right now the trailers are at KID for the big race off they're having out there this weekend, and hopefully, whether it holds off here, we'll be at 81 Speedway tonight too.
Yep.
From that part.
So we can talk about that relaunch of the Thunderbird there because they didn't make very many of those cars, and that was something that we were kind of discussing a little bit beforehand. They were definitely unique. In 2002, it looked like maybe close to a UFO, I guess, driving down the road from that side because it was different than all the other body styles or body designs at that time. And they seemed to have a lot of buzz around them when they first came
they
out.
were.
And so I don't know, to only get to 68,000 in sales.
That's all they made in 3 years. Well, 4 years.
Yeah,
2, 3, 4,
4
5.
years. Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's all they made. But they were hot there for a while. Of course, you and I weren't working for Ford at that time either, were we?
Yeah, very much so.
On that part. So anyway, let's fire into the question.
Okay.
What new product did Ford announce this week? What's the name of the new product that Ford announced this week? 316-462-3673. First caller to get that right answer gets our prize package $130 plus a detail. So what new product did Ford announce this week? 316-462-3673. Let's see who can get that question right and everything else too for the first caller to call in and get that detail, get your car all shined up and ready to go and get all that winter grime and everything off of it. So,
thinking ahead to what's coming ahead next week when we are on this phone call, we are going to be able to talk about what?
No.
So we are physically going to have driven, sat, rode, touched a Bronco.
Oh God, we go this week. It is this week we go, don't we?
Thursday, I think, is when we go down there. But I'm pumped about that.
Dang, I didn't realize it was that close
already.
Yeah, we go Thursday,
Mhm.
27th. Yes, we do. Golly, I forgot all about that, Josh.
So to be able to, it's one thing to see pictures of it and go through and do virtual training and things like that, but physically being able to drive it and touch it and see all the features and functions of it. Very, very excited about that.
Anyway, Mr. Furman, we have to call into the show, 316-462-3673. What new product did Ford announce this week? Get you the prize package plus a detail. 316-462-3673. Anyway, so yeah, Josh, it's going to be fun, and it's an 8-hour deal we're going to. So we're going to,
and there's a campfire.
Oh yeah, we'll be passed on the campfire.
Okay.
We'll be getting on back now here, but it's going to be fun to see the Bronco, actually touch it, feel it, drive it, everything from that part. And I think we're going to have some off-road courses we're going to take it on and different things from that part too. So that's going to be a blast down there. But we will be able to next Saturday to talk about that.
Talk about that and all the features and functions of it and everything else. So yeah, very, very excited for that.
So 316-462-3673. What new product did Ford announce this week? And it's pretty cool too. So, and whoever gets closest first call wins that great price package in a detail.
Get that in addition to the normal package as well. So yeah, we talked about earlier in the show, Memorial Day is coming up. And so if you're looking at traveling out of town over the holiday weekend or need your vehicle in and serviced, we're definitely here to take care of that this week for sure. Check everything over, man. You don't want to go on a road trip and have a mechanical issue spoil the fun for sure, especially if it's something that can be fixed or taken care of just by a good multi-point inspection, checking over that vehicle. And then in addition to that, if you want something either smaller that would be more fuel efficient or need something larger for more room, Stan's got a great fleet of vehicles over there for you too. So,
all right, come on, let's get these phones ringing. 316-462-3673. What new product did Ford announce this week? And it's very simple, very easy. Then you'll get your price package and the detail
to go along with
okay,
it, right?
Here we go.
We got a caller there. Let's get them sent through.
We'll see if James has the correct answer. Let's see if he can tell us what new product was announced.
Watching that video of when they announced that was definitely pretty cool. The way they did it.
That was great.
All of that good stuff. They put a lot of thought into it, and being outside too made a different environment. Everything I've ever seen Ford release has always been inside and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool there. So,
all right,
James, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey, how about the Ford F-150 Lightning?
Nailed it. Have you watched any of the videos yet, James, or anything?
No, but I know it'll go to 0 to 4 seconds. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy fast. Truck looks good. They did a good job with it. Can't wait to actually touch one and drive one and everything else too. But much as I hate to say it, that's where our world's going. We're going towards electric cars because of the emissions and stuff too. I sure hope the manufacturers still keep some good V8s around or something around if we get all these electric cars out, so we can still have some fun with those things there too. But the power, the torque, and the horsepower of this thing is going to be crazy, and all the features and everything inside of that thing is crazy. So it is exciting to see this in the truck. I knew it was coming, and hopefully they say mid spring next year. So. And we're taking pre-orders already on them, and it's very cool what's happening there too. So, James, congratulations! Jump out on YouTube and watch a few of those videos on it, because that truck is very cool.
All right, will do.
All right, buddy.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
How are people going to recharge all these electric vehicles if the electric grid isn't up to snuff?
Yeah, I know. I thought about the same thing.
You know, this is definitely going to be a process as far as I don't think that, for one, they're not going to be able to just flood the market all at one time with a bunch of electric vehicles, especially in this area. Now, you get into the East Coast and West Coast and stuff like that, and, you know, it's, I would think, going to be a much larger concern from that side of it. So it's going to be as each side of it grows, you know, they're going to develop and do things.
Well, and the other number that I did hear too, you know, the Ford makes about 800,000 F-150s a year. And the first number I heard coming out of a Ford representative is the first year of production is only 80,000 trucks. Mm-hmm. So it is going to be a gradual swoop into the electric side of that thing and stuff too.
Well, do you know has Ford released any of the specs that what's required to charge these vehicles at your house? Like, is it 220 volts and how many amps and all that?
Yeah, so there's a charger that comes with each of the hybrids that's just a 110 plug-in charger.
It is?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then there's an available to a consumer. Typically what I see is around a couple $1,000s that is a 220 charger. And it's basically going to take and would cut the recharge time in just a little over half, just a little under half the distance, or half the length of time to take and make that thing charge that much faster. And so, as far as amp draw and stuff like that, on the thing, the 110 side of it is not. I mean, when they're putting the fuel, the kilowatt hours, I think is what they call it on those stickers. I mean, it's less than a light bulb from that side of things as far as the power that they consume.
Now, the thing I think is neat on
do you know how long it takes to charge them up from?
Well, right now the Mach
0 to full.
Yeah, the Mach E on 220 is around 6 hours. What they're saying on the truck, and the video of the truck, they put 2 chargers on the truck. And they're saying from 15% to, I think it was 90% in 40 minutes. So they've got it down.
220 though.
Yeah. From that part.
Not too bad.
No. And I think that as these things keep evolving, I think they will get better and better with the chargers and all that kind of stuff. And then, like you say, the infrastructure out there to get built out there. We're going to try to have at least 4 chargers around here for people to pull up and to be able to charge if they need to or whatever too. It's kind of like ethanol. That's kind of what killed ethanol a little bit, was the infrastructure. Much as I love to help the corn and the farmers with the corn and all that kind of stuff, the fuel stations just had a heck of a time devoting a series of gas stations to that. So I do think we're going to see a lot of that kind of thing at restaurants. You're going to see hotels. I think you're going to see the Quick Trips. I think they'll convert some things into charge stations too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for the call. Thanks for winning.
You bet. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Looks like you got James coming through.
Yeah, so we've got, looks like we lost a caller. So
he probably found out he wasn't the winner. So, Russell, thanks for trying. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate that, too. So, I hope we got his information, Russell, when you called in, so we can send you the prize package for calling in anyway. How about that?
There you go. James, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm wondering if you got the answer for your question.
Oh, we did. But you know what? You're still going to get the prize package for calling in, James, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you said it online. I wanted to type it in there. I wanted to say it real quick, but I couldn't. So that's all right. You still get the prize package, James, for calling in, buddy. Okay.
Oh, thank you. All
Thank-
right, thank you.
Have a good day, buddy.
You too.
All right. 316-462-3673. Hey, anything in your car, tires, brakes, batteries. But I'd stay tuned. We might have another question, don't you think, Josh?
Yeah.
Coming up on the show here and everything else, too. So, yes, the new Lightning, all electric, 100% electric F-150. Go out on YouTube and check out the videos of that truck. Ford's got a great presentation out there on the thing that we watched. That was Thursday night, wasn't it?
It was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday night?
It was Wednesday evening. So, which I thought was kind of weird too, but I don't know. To do
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
evening like that, I'm sure they've got some reason that they do that. So what I thought was unique about it, first of all, the range. So they're on the
300
extended
miles.
range battery, you get 300 miles out of it, which I think is definitely substantial. But then secondly, the towing capacity of the thing. It was a 10,000 pound towing
crazy?
capacity out of an electric vehicle. So no gas motor, and then to be able to hook up for 10,000 pounds and tow it down the road. Now I'm sure that's going to affect range, and that's what I really would like to. But
pulling 10,000 pounds, how far will it go?
What happens there? And then the other thing that I just cannot wrap my mind around this, and I do the same thing with this Mach-E, is that when you go to these vehicles and you pop the hood and you go to open the hood and there's nothing there. It's like
what did Ford call it? The frunk.
The frunk, yeah. And so there was gosh dang, what'd they say? Like 30,000. It wasn't that much. The square footage of cubic inches of storage
something
space.
crazy.
I mean, they had it loaded in different configurations of showing how much stuff will actually fit up there.
400 pounds, right?
300 pounds.
Is it 300?
Yeah, it's 300.
It's got a scale in it. If you can tell how much weight's in there too.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It just and as part of the hybrid portion of it, they were talking about how basically it will adjust the range for the driver based upon towing, driving conditions. So on and off highway load, if you have payload in the truck, it would adjust for that as well.
And the other thing I thought was cool is on the navigation side of it, it would route the route to get you the best fuel economy. I don't know how they're doing all that, but there's some technology in that too. For sure. It's definitely the way of the future, for sure.
Yep. And it will change the fixed ops side of business.
It's gonna be a while.
For sure. It's going to be a little while to get there, but then also, I mean, I'm just thinking in my mind that these things are going to need repaired as well. It's just you're
not going to have an oil change.
Yeah,
you're going to have those kind of services, but you're still going to have tires. You're still going to have brakes.
Yep.
Still keeping all the electronics going.
So the other thing that Ford's really made a big push towards, and I can see this being a huge benefit for consumers on newer vehicles, is just over-the-air updates. There's a lot of situations or a lot of scenarios where customers come in and an update, a computer update fixes their issue.
Yeah, I remember a while back someone giving somebody a lot of trouble about having to ask about check for updates.
That was Jared.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So, but there is, and to be able to do that seamlessly for a consumer while vehicles sitting in the garage at night, that's a huge benefit to a customer. So, you got a caller on the line here. Let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Ryan. Ryan, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Dave, thanks for having me, guys. So 2011 Chevy Cruze, just having it around town, going doing errands and things. I just recently, for the first time, got the message AC off and just shut down the AC. And this is just not really running it into the ground, just going around town. So I'm asking, do you have any specific tips for that making model, since you work on them all? And do we have any overall tips of keeping our cars from overheating, while we're driving them, since we're getting into the summertime? And I'll hang up and watch you guys on Facebook and listen in. Thank you.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for the call. We got a lot of great things to talk about there too, but something's in that AC system is shutting down. So he's got a situation there, Josh, of either low pressure or something that's making it shut that AC off. So something's getting overheated in that thing.
Yeah. So a couple of different things. One, when your AC system comes on, it is supposed to command or bring on the cooling fans as well.
Right.
And the purpose for that is to move more air across the condenser in front of the radiator to draw that heat out off of that condenser. So that condenser's job is to take that really high pressure Freon and cool it back off and dissipate the heat that it just extracted from the cabin on the exterior of the vehicle. And so I would wonder, one, if there's not something going on with that
The cooling fan itself.
The cooling fan itself, which I don't know if it was related or not as far as the overheating of the vehicle, or a vehicle maybe potentially overheating and the AC not cooling as well. But basically, a lot of times what you'll see when that fan is not doing what it needs to, or there's just a plugged condenser or radiator, when you're going down the highway, typically the AC performs moderately or decently, but then when you're stopped or in stop and go traffic or warmer outside ambient temperatures, it just doesn't do as good a job. And again, that's because it can't get that heat away from that condenser. So I would wonder if there's something going on there.
I bet he's got a cooling fan issue there too.
The other side of it is if it's just generally low on Freon and the compressor is just cycling a lot, and so it's not able to
keep up
or kick on and to run long enough to cool the vehicle. One thing I can assure you is you're getting to the right time of year where that's going to be an issue. The warmer it gets outside, the harder that system's going to have to work, and the more problem you're going to have.
Well, and really, your AC system works harder on in-town miles than it does highway miles, because when you're running down a highway, that air is running across the condenser pretty well. Where in town, you've got to have that fan running and pulling up the stoplights and all that kind of stuff setting there. Makes that AC system work even harder. So
yeah, agree with that. And then just as far as general maintenance for a vehicle going into the summer months when they work so much harder, a couple of things that I can think of: definitely coolant. Making sure that the level of coolant is good, everything's okay there. But then also the coolant condition. What's the pH level like in the coolant? Freeze point is something that we used to worry about years ago. Now pretty much everybody's coolant is pretty durable for a long time on freeze point, and it's more the pH level of the coolant. But level, the other thing, like I'd mentioned previously, is especially in Kansas, man, the dirt and debris that we get blown around here, making sure the condenser is cleaned out and that the radiator in between the two. I've seen vehicles come in and just be plugged full of dirt and debris and cotton and stuff from blowing around. And they just can't breathe. It's there's no cooling fan, there's no coolant, there's nothing that can fix that other than just getting that stuff out of there, being able to blow it out. So, and then from there, in the heat of the summer, the other thing that I would be tire pressures, making sure that your tire pressures are good, because every time the tire is lower, it's going to run hotter pressures. Well, you already have the heat of the asphalt, and when it gets up there, you can overheat a tire very quickly. And that's what happens. Is we don't have many blowouts or problems with tires anymore. What happens is they overheat. Yeah, and then that's what causes a tire to blow out. So,
okay, I got Mike coming and chiming in here on the AC situation, Jeff. Maybe be a strategy to shut the AC off in the PCM sees that the engine is running hotter than normal. Also, the humidity in the air may be affecting the ambient temp in front of the condenser, with moisture collecting on the condenser and dirt clogging the fins. This I always talk about here. So Mike's on the same page. Same thing. So anyway,
system, and then talked about coolant.
Anyway, we got some dead airtime here because I'm texting too.
No,
Josh.
You're fine. Had a lot of great calls already this morning. Had Abby won that detail for the Thunderbird question.
Abby, staying tuned. Might have another question coming up, everybody.
Won that detail on that Thunderbird question. And again, it was 2002 to 2005 on the second release or second launch of the Thunderbird for Ford. And then James won on that, the Ford Lightning. So, man, they had a teaser video. It was probably a week or so ago of just the car in the dark. or excuse me, the truck in the dark, and that front light on that thing, it goes, pretty much wraps around each side and then across the front of it, across the hood of it. It looks very cool, but just excited to see one of those.
Yeah. And James Furman wants to know, does the Mach-E have a frunk? And it does, James.
Yeah.
It's got a frunk on it too. It's got some neat dividers and things that go inside of it to take in or out or whatever to hold your cargo and stuff inside it in the front too. But it is weird to open that hood up and there's nothing there. I will tell you that. And it's also weird driving down the road to make no noise.
That's so I think that's going to be harder for me in a truck than in a car.
Better have some good stereos in it, right?
From that side of it. And so, the other thing I guess we can talk about is just different things that they do on a hybrid versus the normal car. Because of that, you don't have all the road noise from, the noise that the car makes going down the road, engine wise, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But one of the things they do to kind of quiet that vehicle down is they've actually put a foam inside of the tires, which is very, very unique. The very first time we took one of them apart and seen that foam inside of there, it's like, wow. But you think about it, when you don't have all the other noises from everything else going along, they got to figure out a way to make it quieter, or that's going to be a consumer concern.
Yeah,
for sure.
I get it. So we got another caller coming through, right, Josh?
Yeah, we do.
All right, 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, MH Ford Racing, who's your tires, new products, whatever you want to talk about, just talk about something. Bring the phone up here. We'll give you a great price package, but over $130 for each and every caller. 316-462-3673. And we got a caller up.
Got him now. Jordan, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? Every week I call in and I comment that you got a fresh haircut, Josh, but I feel like this week you actually do have a fresh haircut.
This is specifically for you. I'm so glad that you called.
I mean, you guys look sharp as a tack. As I like to say, you guys look like a couple of show ponies. Not gonna lie.
Show ponies. You're something else, Jordan. Show pony.
You guys are something else. Yeah, a couple of show ponies. So anyways, on a serious note, I hear you guys talk about these electric cars, and it's something, that interests me because it is the wave of the future and all. But, Josh Prophet's up there talking about, there's a trunk big enough he can crawl in and take a nap, and it's in the front, yada, yada, yada. There has to be some sort of a motor in there, even if it is electric, and some sort of a transmission. And I'm having trouble visualizing that. And maybe you could explain to me, does it look like a giant buffer wheel motor, or, is it just a bank of batteries? I don't really understand what the power plant looks like.
That's a great question. It really is very true because, the engine, the transmission, transfer case, rear differential don't exist. And basically each wheel's got a motor on it. It's kind of the best way to describe it.
So what's unique about, and even the Mach-E, basically the whole underside of the car. So you have a distance there that
sounds like Jordan's getting pulled over.
Yeah, so I don't know.
You speeding, Jordan?
You should go.
I don't know what's going on over there. It's not me. I didn't do
it. Well, that excuse has never been used before, so I'm sure that will work.
I actually called in today for an alibi. So
okay, so back to the
he did it. you should find a better alibi.
I guarantee he did it.
Josh Prophet was with me.
But the what's unique about these is the whole bottom side of the car, or in this case the truck, is a battery. It's just a huge plate or cell. In fact, we've got a new it's basically a hybrid battery lift table, and it's basically a 4x8 lift that is able to raise up to vehicle height when the vehicle's on a lift, and then you're able to unbolt the battery, and then the whole battery comes out the bottom of the car. And so the whole floor of the vehicle is essentially the battery from that side of it. And then, like Phil was saying, that there's individual electric motors on the wheels or assembly of it. So the other thing is coolant in these things. They have coolant that runs through everything, through the electric motors, through the batteries to extract the heat that that is generated from that side of. So as far as from a service side of things, we've sent one of the technicians down to do the EV, basically where they EV training or certification, and that's essentially they're able to disassemble this battery and go in and replace individual cells of it, and that's what we were talking about is just as far as failure points, the coolant and being able to seal, make sure that coolant is sealed and is only going where it needs to go and stuff like that would be a fail point if there was one in this long term, down the road. But it's very unique. Gavin said that he learned a lot down there, but to be able to go in and replace individual cells on a battery and stuff like that, he was very intrigued by that. So
cool.
Yeah, that's interesting because it's definitely not what I pictured. I pictured a battery driving some sort of a motor with the basic transmission, rear diff, and everything. But that's super interesting. I had no idea. So I really appreciate you guys kind of giving me a better visual of that. I feel like I understand it at least a little better. I'm excited to come look at one live.
Yeah, when we've got another Mach-E not too far away. We need to really probably I've not seen one underneath.
So what we've done, we've taken the Mach-E out to a couple of different Votex and stuff like that. And so basically we've removed all the trim or part of that, they call it the frunk, or the trunk area. So if you pull that out, and then it kind of exposes some of the electric motors, the coolant passages, and the modules and stuff like that. But we've done that for a couple of the Votech classes, and it's mind-boggling. The tubing and piping and electrical wires that are running under there and all that stuff. And so maybe we could do that and set it up on the showroom as well, and kind of show it off, so to speak.
Yeah, be great.
Yeah, it'd be super.
Yep.
And the one last question, I guess, you said that it's got coolant. Obviously, they generate heat. It's got to have coolant. I mean, is it literally just peak 50/50 antifreeze coolant, or I mean, is it water? Is it...
So they have it's its own coolant, and basically what they're really concerned with the coolant and the electricity is electrolysis, and that's where the coolant can actually be electronically charged, and so it's a special coolant that goes into these vehicles.
So is it something a level you got to check or anything?
So as far as there's a service interval in the coolant, just like
is it really?
Yeah, just like everything else.
I bet it's some crazy
yeah,
number, like
as far as
150,000 miles.
as far as intervals and stuff, I do believe that it's out there quite a ways, but I don't remember the
exact it is, whatever
exact number.
So is there a way to check the level of it, or do you just have to service?
Yeah, no, there's coolant reservoirs just like
a regular coolant.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. See, I'm learning something too, Jordan.
I feel like we all are. Josh Craven, he's just he's like a big old onion. There's a lot of layers there. He's full of knowledge.
Just full of it. Some of it's useless too.
Mike Sheridan again. The amount of coolant pumps in a Mach-E is insane. Coolant pumps for ABS motors, AC compressor, and heater core. Huh. Oh yeah, I didn't think about the heater core.
Yeah.
I figured to use a regular electric heater for the heat.
So yeah, it is crazy. All the plumbing and tubing and piping in these things for sure. So
I hate to put a 2x4 through one of those like last week.
Yeah.
Coolant everywhere. Expensive coolant. Electrolysis free coolant.
No, that would have been a very expensive rock.
Oh, it already was, but I can imagine this would probably be worse.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So yeah, I probably wouldn't use a 2x4 to push around with this one. Probably wouldn't. So
that's probably sound advice. So, all right, well, hey guys, I appreciate it. Hope you have a great Saturday. Hopefully, you guys get to go racing tonight.
We're headed to I-35, buddy. That's the only place.
Well, good luck out there.
The closest place I could find to go race, and we need to go race because we've been a couple weeks off, and it's kind of crazy not to go racing. So we're going to try I-35. Never been there before, so it's gonna be a little fun.
I believe that's in Winston, Missouri, correct?
Winston, Missouri. That's where it's at, up north. Northeast of Casey.
There in 1999.
99. How'd you do? Do you remember?
I don't remember, honestly. I only went there once, and I don't think we did very good because I don't remember. I think we did good. I think I would have remembered.
There you go.
There's a track down the road from there in Cameron, Missouri, called US 36 Raceway, and it is a fast little bull ring. It's banked like Belleville, and it's only a quarter of a mile. It's probably one of my favorite tracks I've ever raced at. So if you ever Osborne, Missouri, if you ever get to try that one, check that out.
Well, I looked that one up, but they're not racing tonight. So that's why I was going to go there because it's a little closer, but it's not. They're not racing.
Yeah. Well, anyways, have fun.
All right.
You guys have a good weekend.
You too, buddy. Thanks for the call, Jordan.
Thanks for the call.
All right, 316-462-3673. Hey, anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries? Want to talk about these new electric cars? You want to talk about the Lightning, the Mach-E, anything, and you get a great price package for each and every call. 316-462-3673. I think it's time for another question, Josh. You got another question?
You got one?
Well, I think I can come up with one.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide how hard it should be, though. We don't make it easy or hard or Google friendly or
Google friendly. Man.
Yeah. So I say, got a phone call coming in. Better tell him, sorry, I can't talk right now.
Kind of in the middle of something.
Kind of, yeah.
Had a lot of great calls for sure. So, if you want to talk about anything ailing your vehicle, check engine lights, tires, brakes, batteries, by all means, 316-462-3673. Give us a call. And so another question, man.
Yeah.
How about, how easy you want to make this thing?
Well, we can do it. Let's make it easy.
Make it easy?
Yeah. Golly, we could come up with something here real quick. We should have planned this a little bit better, Josh. We tried to, everybody listen, we tried to come up with some new ways of making it entertaining and everything else too to keep things going. But how about I keep leaning over towards the racing side, but I don't want to take everybody. If you do it that way, I'm taking a lot of people maybe out of the equation.
Yeah.
This could be easy. Let's go back to the racing side. We sell 3 types of race fuel in the race shop.
Okay.
What are those 3 fuels?
Okay.
3 of them. What are the 3 race fuels? Got to call in. Don't type on the screen. Don't want to spoil the fun. But call in 316-462-3673. The first caller to tell us what 3 fuels we sell for all the different types of racing we have, from the drag racing to dirt track to motorcycle racing, all that stuff. And but we have 3 brands, and who the first one can tell us what 3 brands those are. And a hint, if you go to mhfordracing.com, you can probably find it pretty quick and easy.
That might not be Google, but it is available at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Now Jordan's mad because he already called in, and now he's got to deal with those sirens in the background.
That's probably why he hung up. He had to go because they were getting too close to him. Okay, so 316-462-3673. What 3 race fuels do we sell at Mel Hambelton Ford? And then on top of that, you get the price package, $130, but a detail on top of that. So
as well.
316-462-3673.
Speaking of MH Ford Racing, we're out at KID. They're having their some races out there today. So if you need something to do, get out to KID from there. And then 81 Speedway later on today, correct?
Yeah, I just hope the
weather holds out.
Yeah, the weather was not looking good, so I hope it holds out so those guys can race out there tonight. But it looks like at about 1 o'clock it says it's going to start raining.
Yeah, I think around here, but I don't. It's always a crapshoot as far as how much and how accurate they are and everything like that for sure. So
yeah,
but three types of race fuel that we sell here at MH Ford. So that'll get you the regular price package as well as a detail as well.
So let's get it ringing. See what we can do here. 316-462-3673. What type of 3 brands of race fuel do we sell here at Mel Hambelton Ford? And why do we sell all 3? Well, because every racer's got his favorite fuel or choice. Plus, each one of these brands has their certain segment they like that they're really great at. And so that's why we offer all three. So there's three of them. Got to get all three right.
You definitely have, you'll, that's kind of a distinctive thing. Somebody comes in and they're looking for fuel. They're looking for a specific fuel. They already know what they want. They already, for the most part. Now, occasionally, if you get somebody new that's maybe, or not new, but somebody's that's changed some things or altered some things, they may be experimenting a little bit. But for the most part, somebody comes in, they know what they want to run.
Yep, pretty much. And a lot of it's back to the engine builder, what he wants for the right octane he wants for the engine he just built, and that kind of thing. But the other thing is about all three of those fuels, they all have their different models, but they everybody can sell to every part of the racing, but each guy's got his own favorite version that he likes, or his car he thinks performs better with this fuel or whatever, or some long-term things from that stop too. So
we were messing with the Mustang earlier on the tune. I think we've got to go back at it Monday a little bit. So I don't know if you'd talked with Nick on kind of where we're at with that drag, our future drag car.
Let's talk about that, because yesterday we took it out to Polk Tuning. We did the stock pull on the car, and we got right at 397 horsepower to the wheels. So then we got into the tune version, and since this car is a 21 HP tuners, didn't give us all the parameters, everything to go in and tune the car. So we kind of got to a stopping point. We're going to go back out Monday at 11 and see if he's got everything, and see if he's got all the parameters now and everything. That he's missing about 4 things on the tune that he couldn't adjust, that they hadn't opened up yet and let him go from that part. So it's a little bit of a delay, and hopefully they'll get those parameters put out there so we can adjust them. And one of them was the mass airflow sensor was just blank. You couldn't have it. So he has sent emails into HP tuners to try to get those parameters opened up so we can adjust them and do what we need to do. So it'll be interesting to see. We put a cold air intake on it because it needs that to help breathe and stuff too. So it'll be and then the other thing we're going to do too is we're going to put it on regular pump gas, and then we're going to drain that out, and we're going to put some other fuel in. I about gave an answer away, but
was that the E85?
We will be running E85. Yes. Yes, we will. Okay. What 3 types of fuel are in our do we sell in our race shop? MH Ford Racing will tell you that. You want to jump on there real quick, and you'll get the great price package plus a detail. So, watching my wife Amy asked what top 3-5 things are all teens should know about their own car. Okay, now I get it. Basically was asking what 3 to 5 things should every teenager know about their car.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Ryan, great question. And I'm going to tell you the first thing is I think everybody should know if a car doesn't have a tire pressure monitoring system, they can see the tire pressures. They need to know how to check tire pressures. Because today you cannot walk up to a car and tell if that tire's low or not. And if you jump in that car in these hot summer days and it's down 10 pounds of pressure, you should, I've got a phone call.
Do you? Yeah. I'll get them patched through. You keep
So Ryan, that's the first thing is tire pressures. But if the car's got a tire pressure monitoring system on it, I think that's okay from that part. The next thing is, years ago we did this a lot, but we don't do it as often as we do. I still think a teenager should know to check the oil, to know if it's got enough oil in that engine to hold it and everything else in that part. Next thing I would tell a teenager too is, in my opinion, on these cars today, as hot as they run and everything else like that, never let it get below a quarter tank of fuel from that part. And then the next thing is if there's any kind of lights or anything that come on that dash, that's the way the car is talking to you, telling you, hey, I've got a problem. Years ago, we could just listen to cars and see if we had problems. Now today, we got these lights that come on to tell you, hey, what's going on there and everything else too from that part. So watch for those warning lights. See what else, Josh? Get the oil.
Yeah, I've got kind of a list too, and you're running right down them for sure. We'll get this caller through here and then come back to that. I think it should be coming through here just any second. But my other thing was, definitely checking fluids, know how to check all the fluids and what the different fluids are from there. Tire pressures was on my list as well. The other thing is how to change a tire. I think that that should be something that they should know, but then also where the components are to do that. The other thing is maybe even how to jumpstart a vehicle. If they were in a situation where they would need to know, a vehicle needing to be jumped, where the battery's at, what to do as far as cable wise and stuff like that. That's getting probably a little more mechanical, but in certain situations, I don't think it would be a bad idea for somebody to be able to know how to do that for sure.
Yep. So, okay, got a call coming in. This should be our answer for our race fuel. What 3 race fuels do we sell here at Mel Hambelton Ford Racing? And very excited to sell all 3 to be able to take and help the racers with whatever brand of fuel they like and everything else like that. I know these 3 race guys are very competitive, and we're all competitive in the world and want to sell all the fuel we can from that part too. And while we're waiting to call, Mike Sheridan comes up again. What about changing wiper blades?
Yeah, so wiper blades was one of the things that I was thinking of too. From there, it's definitely a good idea to be able to know how to do that as well. So, Delbert, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Well, I gave people plenty of opportunity to tell this answer.
Yeah.
And, I waited 5 minutes or so. Nobody had your answer. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy. Just like you said, all you had to do, if you don't listen, is go right to MH Ford Racing, go to the fuel section, and it pulls it right up. So we got your Renegade fuels. You got your Sunoco Racing fuels, and you got your VP Racing fuels.
Ding,
Which,
ding.
Again, I watched, so I knew that.
Ding, 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 ding. Winner, chicken dinner. We ain't going to chicken dinner, but we're giving a. But too, Delbert, you get our price package, and you're going to get a detail on top of that too.
All right, sweet. My wife will love that. Get that hail damaged white Ford Escape looking better.
Well, yeah. So the detail will buff it, but it's not going to remove any hail damage. So you got a little of that down there. Got a little of that down there, did you?
It happened in 19, and we just never.
Oh, gotcha.
That bad.
Yeah.
And it's white. You don't see it as well.
Yeah, definitely on the lighter color cars, it makes a lot of difference there.
But I was trying to put some new HIDs in there. I bought through the Big A. We won't mention names on here, but you know who I'm talking about. And they gave me the wrong ones, even though they said they were the ones to fit. The plug-in was different, and the attachment is different. And I didn't have to take the headlight assembly out, but I didn't know that until afterwards.
Yeah, that's on some of them you can access them through the fender wells, I believe. Correct?
Well, on this one you can go on top.
Oh, yeah.
They changed the design. They used to have 2 screws that held them in. Now they've taken that away, and they put a rotating locking clamp on there, which is really nice. I didn't know that because I couldn't see it. You can't really see it, but you can feel it. So
yeah.
It's actually a lot easier than most people would think to change them out now.
Well, very good.
And they probably don't need to be changed. They're getting, they're a couple of years old and they get used a lot. So we're just going to change them out just to be preventative because they do dull up after a while.
Yep. Very true. Very true.
So,
well, Delbert, congratulations on that fuel question there. And we'll get that detail sent out to you. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Everybody like, share, and subscribe. Get them going.
I appreciate it.
We're up to 487. We need at least 13 more to hit 500. So let's get it going.
Let's make it happen, right?
Subscribe.
Delbert, have a great weekend, buddy.
We love you guys.
Love you too. Thanks, man. Bye. All right, got another call coming through, Josh.
Yeah, they're getting him
patched through. All right, real quick here. So just a few minutes left on the show, Josh. I got a customer on the text coming in, driving down the road. All her tires are at 39, but the tire light come on one's at 27. So I'm sure she's got a little slow leak. She's wanting to know if she's okay. So I'm telling her on the text here.
Oh, yep.
Keep an eye on it.
Need to get it.
You need to get it somewhere to get some pressure in it. But I told her, sometimes these texts are hard to understand, but there's a good reason why I love these tire pressure monitoring systems on these cars to know you've got an issue coming up ahead of you. So to figure out some way to get some air in it.
For sure. And Delbert was correct in answering those questions with Sunoco VP and Renegade. So all your race fuel needs right here.
Yeah.
Whatever flavor you prefer.
Yeah. So Anyway, who do we got coming through? Larry?
Yeah, we got Larry. They're getting him patched through now. So let's see what.
Yeah. And then, going back to Ryan Ray's question, you brought up wiper blades. Did we talk about checking all the lights? That could be
that. Yeah, that would be another one. Checking all the lights on everything. Yeah, I could go along with that. The other thing would just be general maintenance knowledge, not necessarily knowing how to do it, but what intervals things need to be done at. So we've got Larry on the line. Larry, go ahead. You're alive with Under the Hood.
Yeah, did they get the answer for your fuels?
We did. Yeah, the last caller got that, Larry. What was your answer, though?
Seneca, DP Racing, and Renegade.
And what's that? I'm sorry?
Seneca, DP Racing, and Renegade.
Yep,
And
that's
Renegade.
in Renegade. Yep. Well, you're still going to get the $130 package for that. Yeah, that's throw a detail on Larry's deal too. We'll go ahead and give you a detail too. Why not?
You
Thanks, Phil.
you won. So, but yeah, nope. Thanks for the call and have a great rest of your day. Okay.
Yeah, too. Bye.
All right.
Thanks, Larry. So anyway, Josh, hour's flown by as always.
Yes.
Just a few minutes left on the show. Real quick, let's kind of recap everything in here real quick. Is first of all, next weekend, parts and service is closed Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the holiday weekend.
Yep.
Sales will be open Saturday, but closed on Monday. And Josh and I will have some exciting things to talk about. And of course, I don't know, maybe you got plans. I get to find somebody filling the show for me next Saturday.
I might come in and talk about the Bronco.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have you a lot of fun with it. Thursday down in Austin, Texas. We're going to go down there, and Josh and I and Jake will go down. And I don't know, maybe we better put Jake on the show too.
Yeah.
And talk about our experiences down there in the Bronco. We're doing it's an 8-hour trip that we're going to be in that Broncos from riding and driving and learning everything about it. So yeah, I'm excited about that too. Kind of forgot it was already coming this quick and this fast already from that part. So it's going to be fun to see that thing and see how it does and everything else too. And here comes Shannon with all kinds of goodies.
There you go.
Now we don't need those kind of goodies though. Jeez. Money. I wish I had about a stick about right now, Josh, don't you?
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see. So let's go through real quick. We got to thank people help us keep this show going each and every week, which is Big Corner Creative for all your advertising needs. Anything to advertise your business, web page design, vehicle wraps, race car wraps, window tint, anything to help your business go to advertise it. Love to help you. As those guys say, just Google us. BG Products, all the great preventative maintenance products we use right inside here at Hambelton Ford. Again, been using BG products since 1987 and just love those guys, what they do for your car and everything else too. And I know they're getting into the electric world too with some of their research and development they're doing there too. And then go to rent. Hey, if you don't have your rental car ready to go for this holiday weekend coming up, Stan's got a great fleet of vehicles to help you at that part too. So everybody have a safe weekend, a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.